It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, where some side dishes can steal the spotlight from the main event. And when it comes to Southern seafood or barbecue, oh, come on. It's going to be hard to compete with such a well-loved staple that has now been deep fried to perfection. This time, Renee's making
Hush Puppies, Southern style. The traditional Southern side dish that goes great with a fish fry, fried chicken, or a barbecue. They aren't complicated to make, but they can go sideways fast. Too dense, too greasy, too dark on the outside, and raw in the middle. But if you know what to look for, all of those problems go away, and you're left with one of the best backyard side dishes you'll ever eat. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to make it. First step. Okay, so we have some cornmeal here, and we're going to add a little bit of flour. And this is one of those recipes that you can add spices to. You can add anything you want for flavor. My grandmother used to make them, and they were just simple, just the way I'm making them. But you can add all kinds of garlic powder, onion powder, anything you want to add to these, you can for flavor. Hot sauce. I'm just keeping these simple. We've got some baking powder, baking soda, salt, and sugar. This is a controversial ingredient for anything to do with cornbread. Some people love it with sugar, and some people are like, there is no way sugar belongs in cornbread. I happen to grow up with it without the sugar, and as an adult I discovered the sugar, and so I'm going to add some sugar today. Okay, so what we're going to do with that is we're going to mix it all together. And you can use fine cornmeal or medium cornmeal here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to add is I have 1 egg. You're going to add that egg, and as always, I mix that up before I put it in anything so that it's all mixed together and there are no whites or yellows individually poking around in the dough. So we'll add that right into that cornmeal. And we're going to add some buttermilk. You can also add a little bit of mayonnaise and just replace equal for equal, and it adds a little tang. But like I said, I'm just going to make these in the traditional manner that I grew up with. And we're going to mix this together. Okay, that is mixed up nicely. And so if we tried to make these right at this moment, this is way too loose. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to scrape the sides down and make sure it's all in there. And we're going to hydrate that cornmeal. Oh, see, it's already starting to change. We're going to hydrate this for 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and shape them and put them in and start cooking.
There is something to be said for a good dipping sauce. One that makes your mouth pucker just right and blast your taste buds into the stratosphere. Good thing Renee just invented a new one. Coming up right after this.
So before we start the main event, I'm going to make a sauce. I have Southern grandparents. I did a fried chicken video here. My grandmother made it, and she taught me how at a very young age. Her husband, my grandfather, we called him Papa, loved food. He had the same similar tastes that I do, and he just loved good food. And anytime we had something, he wanted a sauce to go with it. Gravy, any type of sauce. So today I am making a very delicious sauce that he would actually love. The first thing we're going to add to this is some mayonnaise. I'm using Duke's mayonnaise. It's delicious. You can use whatever mayonnaise you want to use. We're just going to I could have used this bowl. I don't know why I did it. We're just going to switch it into a different bowl. Okay, we're going to add some mustard. a little bit of, I have spicy dill pickle juice. If you want to just use regular pickle juice, you can use lemon juice or vinegar. Either works. We're looking for a little tang, but this adds a little bit of heat as well. And I love it like this, as did Papa. And we're going to whisk those together until they're smooth. This is very easy to make. You just want that to look just like that. It's nice and smooth. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some garlic powder, some smoked paprika. You can also use just regular paprika if you don't like the smoked taste, but when I grew up, the smoked taste was everything. And so I'm using some smoked paprika here to give it a little bit of a smoky taste. A little bit of sugar. And a little bit of ground pepper, which is just larger chunks than the regular pepper that comes out of the pepper spice jar. And then we're going to mix that up. The paprika kind of gives it a nice, changes the color a little bit. Oh my goodness, that is smelling so good. And then to give it some texture, we're going to add some of the spicy dill pickles. You can add regular dill pickles, gherkins, whatever you want to add to it, however you want to flavor this, but those spicy, it doesn't make it too hot. There's no hot sauce in this. It just gives it a little teeny bit of a kick. It's very enjoyable. And believe it or not, we now have a sauce that makes everything taste better. And so what I'm going to do now is I am going to put this in the refrigerator and let it sit for at least 15 minutes to a half an hour to meld and get all those flavors together. And then we'll be back to see how it tastes.
We got them pickles. Here you go. Hey Renee, tell them which one's still the show.
Spicy dill pickles. Okay.
Renee is using a brand of spicy pickles that she is just in love with. They're from a small family farm called Old Haven Farm, located in Chelsea, Maine. They use homegrown certified organic produce and offer up a wonderful line of elegant pantry goods. Kelby and Pamela were kind enough to offer up an exclusive discount for Kitchen in the Shire viewers. Free shipping on any order of $50 or more. The link to their website and coupon code are in the description below, or you can simply scan the QR code that's on the screen now. Not only will you be helping out a small family farm, but you will be getting some delicious products that are rooted in those old-fashioned flavors you remember. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
Okay, so this has been resting for over 15 minutes. Anything after 15 minutes and you're good to go. I'm using an ice cream scoop. I've got my temperature set between 350 and 365. I like it closer to 350. And I'm going to drop these in. You can form them into balls. This is just a much easier way to do this. And I'm going to start at the top. And I'm putting 6 of these in. And they need to cook for 1 minute, approximately 1 minute on each side. If you do these bigger than this, then you would need to increase that time. And what I did was I put one in and just tested it, and 1 minute was perfect. And now our temperature is dropping, so I am going to turn this up to make sure that we keep that temperature where we want it. And we want these to be golden brown and done in the middle. Okay, I'm going to flip these over. And then I'm going to go another minute. They look really good. Hush Puppies. Oh, this is Baxter. He's not allowed in the kitchen while I'm cooking, obviously. Thinks he's part of the gang here. Okay, that's good. All right, so we're going to take these out, and you want to take them out, drain them just a little bit, and then put them on either a rack or a piece of paper towel. And look at the golden brown.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to set down my sweet tea and get in line with my paper plate for this one. The intoxicating smell of that dipping sauce and the allure of that golden crunch on those Hush Puppies is just calling my name. Probably yours too. You get in line in front of me, because Renee is just about to try them out right after this.
Okay, so we're done with the Hush Puppies. I'm going to get the yummy sauce, a spicy pickle best southern sauce that we made.
It's got some spice and ain't it nice? That tangy bite, it's out of sight.
Okay, and then we're going to take a little bit here. Look at that sauce. Oh my gosh, oh, it smells so good. Look, it's got texture and color. Look at that. It looks like heaven. The best thing about these Hush Puppies are these scraggly pieces. It's why I don't form them into balls, because they kind of just get this, they go on their own terms. And then this will be crunchy and this will be tender, and it's just the best. So we're going to give these a try. Oh. Okay, let's just take a bite of this. Oh, I can't wait. These are really good. Really good. That is delicious. I've never made this before. It took 5 minutes, and look, it is so perfectly done. There's a crunch, it's a teeny bit of sweetness. It is just good. It doesn't have one thing to interfere with the pure taste of this. And that is my new favorite sauce. I'm not kidding you. I just figured this out. I hope you make this, and I hope you love it, and I would love to hear your comments. I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much.
Want to see Renee's new online digital cookbook? Every entry has its own free recipe card download and a link back to its video right here on YouTube. You can find it all now at kitchenintheshire.com. Go have a look. I'll keep the kettle on until you get back. Or, if you'd rather stay put, you can pick one of these right here on the screen.